Installing an SEI shift cable on an OMC Cobra drive, and just determined that this cable is made to different specifications than other cables. You can see it's locked down tight inside the fixture, and this does not move. It holds it totally with respect to this nut here. In there, it's held tight, and I get the same results regardless of which end I hold tight. But this is to illustrate the total hysteresis in this cable. Okay, now this is locked down with the fixture, and there's some play in that fixture, but if we hold that, so we take that out of the equation, we can see this here. What I'll do is I'll back this out, push that cable in without a lot of force, just push it in to take up the free play. Okay, right there. And then I pull it out without pulling very hard. Okay. And you can see that's the total free play. And that is all of a 1/4 inch, closer to 5/16. I'm actually going to measure it because I'm going to put on somebody else's cable with all things being equal and see how what hysteresis that it yields. So I'm running out of hands here. So when I pull this right to there, that's the cable hysteresis. That's the slop. Essentially because the cable is so much smaller than the lining. And when I look at the other manufacturers, that one has less slop just looking at it out of the box, but that's without it being installed. So we'll go ahead and do a video of the other manufacturer's cable. Now this cable, I don't have the packing right here, but I can get that information. I actually have the information right here. Shift cable assembly. This is a 9A-109 shift, fits OMC stern drive shift cable 0987661. Stern drive engineering. The competitive cable is Seirra Design 18-2245-1. And just looking at the competitive cable, the cable diameter is larger, and you can actually hold one end, stop it, affix it, secure it, and move the other end. And I actually put an S-curve into this cable when I did that to simulate the curves that take place in the boat. And there's a 1/4 or just a fraction of the movement. Okay, so we have now replaced this cable assembly with a Seirra, and it is 18-2245-1. We replaced this 9A-109, and when I look at that, I see a distinctively smaller cable, and you could tell it was constructed different. It was lighter. You know, we can certainly analyze it. As a degreed engineer, I certainly have that capability, but this is just general mechanic observations, which should be sufficient. So we've got this in lockdown in a fixture. So this end is there's no movement, and any movement that we see now is hysteresis in the cable. So what we've done is we've got the bell crank locked down. Okay, there is small play in the bell crank. We basically don't push hard enough that it works on that. So the bell crank essentially stays stationary. This arm right here does not move. So it's just simply, we'll back this out. You can see that, simply the slop. So that's the total hysteresis of the cable in that jacket. Okay, so what I can do is I can push this all the way in, and I push it in with the same amount of force. I could probably get a little more distance out of it. And there's still light. Another turn. And that's pretty much it. Okay. You can see the hysteresis here is around 1/16 of an inch. Okay, and that's just the hysteresis of the cable in the jacket. If I push harder, I mean, it's basically that. So, the other one, the SEI cable, was a 1/4 inch. This is 1/16 of an inch. Now, I accidentally observed on the SEI cable that it was a lot of play, and I've got 2 drives. So by the way, there was 2 cables installed, doubled the repeatability, and both SEI cables were the same. So we've now replaced one of these cables with the Seirra design, and it is significantly improved. If this had been the amount of slop I had done from the get-go, I would have not raised any flags, had any concern, and I would have continued on. But I had to go through and pull this off and redo this, because it is very troubling and expensive to deal with this at a later time. So without going into any analysis, those are the facts as best I can tell them and show them.